Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Alright, I got a half a dozen big chunks of agate nodules found in eastern Arizona. So let's walk through these real quick, see what we're cutting. These are heavy, so I'm going to set them down and we'll look at each one real quick. Alright, so this first one looks like it's going to have a banded agate around possibly a quartz center. Might have a little bit of purple in it. Possible there are some tubes in this. It looks like we got some bots here, maybe some tubes or saginite. Yeah, it's definitely an odd looking stone. You got this edge here with a window. Not really a purple color, I guess. More of a kind of a bluish gray color. So the question is, how do I cut this one? I could cut it this way, or we could try to cut it long ways. I think I'm gonna cut it this way. So right through here. And I'm gonna hope for some saginite sprays or tubes on this end. We'll see. I think this will be an interesting one. All right, next up, big old agate nodule, broken on this end. So you can see some banded agate surrounding a quartz crystal pocket. So this was a geode at one point. It got broke open. I don't know how deep this goes, but I'm thinking just cut it back behind that where it's opened up. Right here, maybe closer to this back end, and see what we end up with. All right, another big old broken agate nodule. Looks promising on this end. It looks like it could have some color in it. Now this side's got a window, and it's got a druzy quartz growing on the window. I'm guessing it's going to be that mossy interior. So this one might be a big moss agate. Question is whether or not it's going to be pitted real bad. Based off of what I'm seeing here, it looks like it might be. Might have a solid area and a pitted area. It's hard to say. Just gonna try to cut it back here, parallel to that face, and we'll see what it looks like. Maybe we'll be surprised and it'll have a banded agate center. Who knows? All right, this looks like an orbicular jasper of sorts. Yeah, I can see some red orbs in this. So I'm kind of hoping this is going to look a little bit like an ocean jasper or something. We'll see. Right. Another broken nodule. It's got some quartz crystal showing here, some banded agate with some color here. And a weird eroded out center. So how to cut it? Banded agate. I don't know. I'm going to have to go through a window on this side, it looks like. If I want to cut back behind this open area. I think I'm just going to pick a spot and cut it back here. And we'll see what's on the inside. Alright, last up, I got this piece here. It's kind of a big flat piece. So if you look at the edge though, I can see what looks like saginite and or plumes coming up into it. And then on this side, similar, some more tubes. A little bit of saginite down here. So I'm just going to cut this one down the middle. Really excited to see the formations in that one. Could be good. All right. We'll get these on the saw, get them cut open, and we'll see what's on the inside. These are pretty big. They're going to take me a while to cut, so I'll be back. Okay, back from the saw. Let's see the results. All right, we're going to start with this one, which came apart. So, a couple pieces for the tumbler, and well, it's got some pretty banding, but a lot of fractures and open pit here. But yeah, look at the color and the snowflakes in this. That's pretty nice. It's a shame it's got all the fractures in it. All right. Next up, we had this big one, which looked like it was going to be coarse with some banding around it. And then over here it looked like it might have some tubes of saginite. Let's see if it did. Ooh, wow. Okay, a lot of big open voids in the inside. It does have some tubes or saginite-like structures. Some cool banding, a little bit of quartz. And some really good banding on that end. A little bit of color. Yeah, it's a shame it didn't completely fill in. It's got all these druzy pockets all the way around it. It is a neat specimen though. Let's look at the other side. Similar to the other one. You can see the saginite here a little bit. It's pitted real bad. A little bit of saginite showing up in the banding here. It's neat. All right. Pretty cool specimen. All right, on to the next. Okay, so this is the orbicular looking material. Let's see how it came out. Ooh, very pitted. It is orbicular, but lots of pits. This would have to be stabilized before you could do anything with it. Fill in those gaps around the orbs. But yeah, it's interesting. I just wish it didn't have the pitting. I got a couple other pieces of this material. Maybe they'll come out better when I cut them. But this one's not real good. Good color, but low grade quality material. Maybe I can stabilize that and do something with it at some point. That would be neat. All right, cool. Okay, next up we had that one that had that, what looked like a druzy face, but you could see some color behind it like it was gonna be a moss. Let's see what it did. Oh yeah, it's a moss. And it is pretty pitted in spots, but a gorgeous pattern and nice colors. Calcite crystal down here, but it looks pretty neat in there. But that would look cool polished. even with the pitting. And then this side, it's even got a little bit of banding in it. All right, it's definitely worth cutting, I think, and definitely worth polishing. It's a big specimen. All right, 2 left. Okay, so I did have to cut that one through a window on this side to get a good cut, but I think I got an okay cut. Let's see how it turned out. Oh, it's a shame that I had to cut through that window, but look at the orbs. Even the quartz crystals are really clean. There's no fractures other than missing that face right there. Oh, that's so cool. Got the moss on the top pushing in. A little bit of color in the bands. Kind of a pink or purple or lavender or something like that. And this orb right here is really neat, especially with the quartz around it. And it's really cool. Definitely gonna polish that one. Let's look at the other side. This side's even better. It does have a big void right here. Probably something eroded out. But yeah, that's really neat. Definitely gonna polish this critter. That's gonna look really nice. Not sure how I'm gonna polish it yet because it's fairly large and I'd like to flat polish that one. May have to wait until I can get a flat lap for that, which is probably what I'll do. All right, very nice. Plus this side looks really cool too. These neat crystals in there. All right, last up, this is the one I said might have some tubes in it. You could see on the edges. Let's see what it looks like on the inside. Oh yeah. Yeah, got these dark inclusions. I don't know if that's calcite or some other mineral, but it's got a little bit of a saginite spray off of those. And then a lot of like little bubbles, white bubbles floating around in the purple chalcedony, and then the tubes dripping down like stalactites or going up like stalagmites. Don't know what's top or bottom on that. Does have some open voids, probably where this stuff eroded out. But that is super cool. Let's look at the other side. Yeah, it's just as cool. All right, that one was definitely worth cutting. That was a really neat cut. Wow. I think that's my favorite of today. Great color. Love the stalactites. Everything about that's really neat. Definitely gonna have to flat polish this one as well. All right, that is the last one in this video. So I wanna thank everybody for watching and we'll see you on the next one. Have a good day. Bye.